The National Vice President of OHANEZE. Here with me is the National President of ASATU with some of the President Generals. This joint press conference is between OHANEZE and ASATU, the Association of Town Unions, comprising the President Generals of 181 communities in Nnamdi State. We are here today to talk about the recent statement from the Minister for Justice on suggestions of state of emergency in Nnamdi State for the forthcoming election. It's an unfortunate statement from a highly praised Attorney General of the Federation. First of all, recently the Southeast governors and Southeast leaders about 2 days ago on 5th met in Enugu to discuss security situation in the Southeast. And there's a communique. And I think their communique covered both all these things and equally they issued a statement that there will be an election and they will support the election in Nnamdi State, or not an election with a state of emergency. Definitely, the security situation in the Southeast, I believe, is federal government that is fueling it. OHANEZE in 2017 or so has and the South, OHANEZE and Afanifere on the meeting they held in Anambra State, summit on restructuring. They laid a foundation for federal government to address the issue of injustice, equity, and fairness. Until today, nothing has been done. Our youth disagreed that their grief is what is fueling the whatever actions you think is coming out from IPOB. They believe that we, the elders, can no longer serve them. And their future is wrecked from what is happening. I can see the federal government sacrificing the life of the entire Southeast because of one person, Nnamdi Kanu, holding him in the detention. All these security problems that is managing from what is happening today that makes them to suggest state of emergency. If they have the interests of Southeast at heart, they should release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally now. Unconditionally now. It will douse the situation. Even if there's excesses, if there's any excesses in the actions of the youth, it's the excesses that is coming from the federal government in not addressing the issue. There is a lot of crisis in the north central, even in the state of the president of this country. But his election was held. The entire Southeast and the entire Nnamdi State, we want a conducive atmosphere to conduct election in this state. I plead to the federal government to borrow leave from Yar'Adua. The way he handled the Niger Delta problem, those who have guns, he disarmed them by listening to the people. I want the federal government to listen to the voice of the people. We, the elders, can no longer control the youths because of injustice, inequality in sharing of the commonwealth of this country. The entire number of people want election free and fair. Any party that wants the election. The last election was that held in Anambra State, the last gubernatorial election, was free and fair, and nobody went to court. Federal government has what it takes to protect Anambra before and make sure that the election is free and fair. Any sort of insecurity that will mar the election, federal government have to be blamed, not us, because it's the duty of the commander-in-chief to protect all the citizens. Finally, I have said it and I will repeat it. The only solution to bring down the tension in the south is not only in Anambra State. No matter what happens, let the federal government find a political solution by releasing Nnamdi Kanu. And let the federal government listen to the caucus of National Assembly, both Senate, the Southeast National Assembly, who are making moves. Let them give them opportunity to discuss with them. The agitation is born out of marginalization. If all these things are addressed today, this country will be, everybody would like to belong to this country. Thank you.
And lending credence to what the National Vice President of OHANEZE and Igbo, Chief Damian Okoeko-Ogelembizelanka, just said, I would also like to appeal to the federal government to look critically into this statement or this intended move as stated by the Attorney General of Federation. I am the National President of Anambra State Association of Town Unions, Honorable Barrister Titus Nnamdi. Assessing the whole situation on ground, there is no reasons or justification or emergency that warrants the statement or that will lead the federal government to ever think of declaring the state of emergency in Anambra State. The situation here is something that can easily be controlled if managed effectively. And I believe that the state government is on top of it. They are doing their best to ensure that the environment is clement and also to accommodate all during the forthcoming election. We have also agreed that we'll have an election. We're also praying and appealing for free and fair election. There are so many conditions upon which the federal government has enshrined in Section 305 of our 1999 Constitution, upon which the federal government may base their grounds before declaring state of emergency. And all such grounds as listed in that section has not been witnessed or occurred here. Our state, in as much as the security situation or the insecurity situation is nationwide. Every day you read on the news about the situation in the northeast, northwest, all over Federation, not only in Anambra State. If you assess the situation on the ground, Anambra State is still and can still be adjudged one of the safest states. As he said, and I also support his appeal, that they should look seriously into the matter that affects the IPOB. There is need to sit down and dialogue and listen to everybody to know where that agitation is coming from and find a way to put a lasting solution to it. And one of it is unconditional request for release of Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the IPOB. It's not a crime to seek for freedom. All you need to do, and all it takes, is to look into the agitations, find a way or to strike a balance between what their complaints are, and then give a solution to it. Going ahead to declare state of emergency in Anambra State means that they never mean well for Anambra State, and it will never go well with that decision. And we are pleading with the federal government never to look at all towards that side, rather to find the best way of dialoguing, bringing the best brains on a round table and then discuss these issues. I believe definitely that solution must be found and there will be peace all over the country, not only in Anambra State. Thank you very much.